Welcome to Cord Cutting today for August 9th, 2023. This is the show where I break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting right now and give you my opinion on them. Stories like Comcast failing to block a new local fiber option for customers. Warner Brothers Discovery is going to bring live sports to Max in October. We're going to tell you everything you need to know about that. Dish is merging with EchoStar. They used to be one company. They split. They're coming back together. We'll tell you why. And we have some numbers for Dish. These stories and a whole lot more we'll talk about here in a minute. First, though, if you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show. It's down below and in the first pinned comment. I'll put a link to each story there so you can read about them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'll love to hear from you. Also, if you're new here, you've been here a while, help us grow, help us support our families. Just hit that subscribe button or hit that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. So YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping us grow, helping us support families, and hopefully helping you break free from the high cost of cable TV and still watch the shows you enjoy. So with that said, let's dive into it. Starting off with Comcast and CenturyLink tried to stop a local broadband option in Utah. A local municipality wanted to launch their own fiber internet service, run it through the town. CenturyLink and Comcast tried to push to require the town to vote on this to get approval to do it. That failed, and the town will be getting another internet option. Don't know when, but they will start building out their own fiber network to offer competition. I love competition. I love all this. So very excited to see they're going to get more options. You know, they have every right in the world to try to stop this, but I'm glad it didn't work out on that. All right, let's keep moving along. Warner Brothers yesterday, it was leaked that they are reportedly preparing to start offering live MLB, NBA, and NHL games on Max streaming this fall in October, just in time for the MLB playoffs. Reportedly, what's going to happen here is there will be a new tier, or I kind of suspect maybe that 4K tier, that $19.99 tier, will add in live sports under the Bleacher Report branding. It won't just be live sports or simulcast from cable, but it will also be some other sports-related content, probably from the Bleacher Report, which they own. This will be, quote, simultaneous casting of both of content that's on cable. None of this for now, the keyword for now, will be exclusive Max sporting events. Now, the good news here is it sounds like, for example, NBA playoff games, MLB games, etc., NHL games, which the playoffs and the championship air on Time Warner networks, will stream through Max. They often mention college sports. Could we see March Madness, college basketball, to stream out here? We'll keep a very close eye on that. But there's a lot we could do with this, and that is kind of good news for Fubo owners. If you're a Fubo subscriber, one of the main complaints about Fubo has been the lack of Time Warner cable networks, or Time Warner, not Time Warner cable, Time Warner networks for your streaming service. Well, now if a Max subscription gets you all those sporting events you're missing, not a bad deal. We'll have to wait and see if this is confirmed. Warner Bros. Discovery last week in their earnings call did say that Max is now capable of live streaming. They talked a lot about news and sports will be coming to it. They said we'll find out soon more about that. Well, now it seems like we got a little hint here. No news on soon or on how soon they'll make it official, but CNBC says their sources have said this is happening. So we'll keep a close eye on it. All right, let's move ahead to Dish. Dish has had a rough year. Lots gone right for them, lots gone wrong. They had a cyber attack that took them down for quite some time. They've seen some subscriber numbers go down. Everybody is. But they're struggling to find cash. They want to get cash on hand to buy what they need to finish out building their 5G network, which is something they've been very clear about. That's where they're taking their company. Dish Network has now announced that they're going to re-merge with EchoStar. Now, EchoStar is a hardware company. If you look at the back of like Dish Network boxes and a lot of other set-top boxes, you probably notice that's built by EchoStar. It's the company that makes a lot of the hardware that you use every day, but it's branded under different companies, for example. Well, these used to be one company, but in 2008, they split them off. The same one, the owners is still an owner of both companies, and now they're going to merge together in what appears to be an effort to get some cash for Dish's 5G network build-out. We'll see what happens there. But this is a very interesting move. We'll see how this plays out. But it's an all-stock deal happening today. The deal's done, or is going to be done, and they're working towards making this a reality so that they can have the two companies brought together with it. I like what Dish is doing here. Dish has historically been very forward-thinking. For example, they brought Sling TV out at a time where most people still thought cord cutting was just a fad that would go away. Now they're really looking at 5G as the future here, and how do we diversify our company? I think that's great. Dish needs to diversify. They're doing that. They need cash to build out their system before they run out of time. The FCC's put some time limits for them to finish their build out. This could do it. We'll see what happens with it. Fingers crossed it works. We'll see. All right. Dish and Sling TV did also report their earnings today as part of this deal. They kind of snuck it out. No early warning this was happening. It just dropped. And in there, they announced that combined, they lost 294,000 subscribers. Actually, not as bad as many people expected. Honestly, I thought they would lose more with how everything's going. So kind of impressed, to be honest with you. Now, compared to the first quarter, it's a big jump or a big improvement. They lost 552,000 subscribers in the first quarter, but compared to last year, it is a slight increase in how many people canceled in the second quarter compared to the same period in 2022, when only 257,000. I know numbers are kind of hard here. Check out the link in the show notes and in the first pinned comment. What is important here is to know that while Dish is building out their 5G network, their TV business, like all TV businesses, continue to fall. If you're not a sports fan, there's not a lot of reason to pay for a live TV service. We saw Fubo lose subscribers. Now Sling TV's going to lost subscribers. Not a surprise at all. I just think as cord cutting matures, more people are realizing, hey, why do I pay for a live service when everything I watch is on demand? Let me just go get Hulu, Netflix, whatever it may be with that. And they're changing their viewing habits. We'll see how this plays out, but keep a very close eye on this. Dish and Sling TV continue to lose subscribers. Sling TV is down to about 2 million subscribers. It's reported that YouTube TV, for example, in first place has about 6 million. Hulu is probably right around 5 million range. We'll see how this all plays out. All right, and lastly, kind of in the Dish news, Dish is shutting down Republic Wireless and moving everybody to Boost Mobile. Now, Dish owns Boost. They bought that from T-Mobile after T-Mobile bought Sprint. As part of this big deal, Dish is now the fourth largest provider of wireless services here in the United States. And now they're saying, hey, we're going to we have a bunch of sub-brands that are operating here. We're going to shut down Republic Wireless and move those customers over to Boost, kind of consolidate everybody into Boost, have one big brand as they try to really turn Boost into something that's going to compete head-to-head with T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T. We'll see how that works, but it's very interesting to see that happening. All kinds of Dish news this week. Leave me a comment. I want to know your prediction. Will Dish's move into 5G work? Do you think it's too little, too late? Leave me a comment. All right, your local NBA, MLB, and NHL teams may be coming to streaming. Now, for now, it looks like only NBA is talking here, but there's a report today from Bloomberg, or today when I'm recording this, yesterday for you, that Disney, Apple, and Amazon are in talks to take over airing in-market games for the NBA if Bally Sports is unable to. Now, we just finished out the summer of Bally Sports. Will they, won't they drop MLB teams? And it resulted in two teams, the Diamondbacks and Padres, losing TV rights and going on their own and the MLB's backup plan. Well, now the same thing is going to be happening with NBA and NHL. Bally Sports has to decide, are we going to pay? Are we going to renegotiate? What are we going to do with these contracts for these teams? And this is a very real possibility that some teams, maybe some unprofitable teams or more, could be dropped from Bally Sports. Amazon, Disney, and Apple have all been in talks to bring it to ESPN Plus, Apple TV Plus, and of course Amazon Prime to air it in market. It's also reported that DirecTV is in talks. We already saw that. DirecTV and Fubo both partnered to offer streaming options for the Padres and Diamondbacks when they lost their TV rights. We'll see how that plays out, but it's very, very interesting to see how this all happens with it. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this affected you at all with or this affects you and what you think. Are you worried about your teams losing it? Let me know. All right, and last story up of the day, Amazon has announced a second Amazon Prime Day is coming. Now this will be called slightly different. This is going to actually be called Prime Big Deals Days. Now the fact that they call it days makes me wonder if this is going to be a week-long event. If you remember last year, they had a second Prime Day event in the fall. Now this one's going to come in October. And maybe instead of just being 2 days, we could see a week-long event. I don't know. But it definitely seems like it'd be Amazon's effort to get out in front of the holiday shopping season, to get you buy on Amazon, instead of waiting until November to do it. and maybe having to compete with Walmart, Best Buy, Target, all these other places that will be competing with them. But another big sale coming from Amazon in October. We got some details what you should expect. I expect Fire TV sales. I expect Roku and more, smart TVs, and other cord-cutting related gadgets. We'll have full coverage over at cordcarsnews.com on all the best deals for that. So check that out over there as we get closer. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic Wednesday. No Q&A today. I am camping with family. I actually come in during the day. We're just 20 minutes down the road, and then go spend the rest of the time with my family at the beach and stuff. So check that out. Until then, take care, be safe. Have a great day, everybody.